In this video, we'll try to understand how to draw shear force and bending moment diagram in case of simply supported beam with overhang on both the sides. So the problem statement is given over here. A beam of length 6 meter has overhang of 2 meter on left and right, leaving the space between the support of 2 meter. It carries uniformly distributed load of 1 kilonewton per meter over the entire length, and we have to draw shear force and bending moment diagram, and we have to find out the point of contraflexion if any. So as you can see, the total span length is of 6 meter, and it is given that it is having a overhang of 2 meter on the right hand side as well as on the left hand side, and leaving the space of 2 meter in between the supports. So these are the supports which we have shown over here, and then it is having uniformly distributed load of 1 kilonewton per meter over the entire span. So for this particular arrangement, we have to find out the values of shear force and bending moment, and then we have to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. So let us start with our first step, that we have to find out the beam reactions first, that is RA and RB we have to find out first. So we can say that applying the conditions of equilibrium, summation of forces in y direction is equal to 0. Upward forces we will consider them as positive, whereas downward forces they are considered as negative. So RA is acting in the upward direction, RB is also acting in the upward direction. So RA and RB they are positive. 1 kilonewton per meter. So meaning of uniformly distributed load, as we know that for 1 meter load, for 1 meter length, the load that is acting is 1 kilonewton. Then for 6 meter length, it will be 1 into 6. So the total u.d.l load is for 1 meter it is 1 kilonewton. Then for 6 meter it will be 1 into 6. So RA plus RB minus 1 into 6 is equal to 0, or we can say that RA plus RB is equal to 6 kilonewton. Now let us call this as our equation number 1. Now we'll take summation of moment about A is equal to 0, clockwise positive and anti-clockwise will consider them as negative. So taking moments about point A, start with RB. The RB arrow of RB will produce anti-clockwise moment about A, and the perpendicular distance between B and A is 2 meter. So it is minus RB into 2. That is our first step. Then this 1 kilonewton per meter. So 1 into total length on which it is acting is 6. So u.d.l is acting from C to D. That is total length is 2 meter. Then this 2 meter and this 2 meter. That is 6 meter. So total length is of 6 meters. So we know that 1 into 6, and as it is a rectangular distribution, it will act at the center. So we can say that it will act over here. So we are converting uniformly distributed load into a point load. So it is 1 into 6. That will be the total u.d.l load in kilonewton. So kilonewton per meter, and we have multiplied by the length in meter. So meter will get cancelled up, and we will get this particular value. And it will be acting at the center of 6 meter. So center of 6 meter, that is this length will be of 3 meter. And this is obviously of 3 meter. So if this is 3 meter, then we can say that this particular length will be of 2 meter. So from 3 meter we have to subtract this 2 meter, so it is 1 meter. So 1 into 6, that will produce clockwise moment about A, and the perpendicular distance is 1. So 1 into 6 is the total load, and perpendicular distance is 1. So it is 1 into 6 into 1. So this is the way of calculating the moments in case of simply supported beam. So that we have already seen in our previous videos. So we can say that 6 into 1, that is 6, minus RB into 2, we have transferred on the other side. So it will be RB into 2. So we can say that 6 upon 2, that is nothing but the value of RB, that is 3 kilonewton. Now we can substitute that value in equation 1. So we can say that RA will be equal to 6 minus RB, that is nothing but 3 kilonewton. So both the values of RA and RB that we have obtained, both are of magnitude of 3 kilonewton. Now using these values, we have to find out the values of shear force. So Ra that we have obtained is of 3 kilonewton. Then Rb which we have obtained, it is also of 3 kilonewton. Now let us start with our shear force diagram calculations. So shear force at point C will be 0 because there is no load, point load, and this is just the start of u.d.l, so there is no length of the u.d.l. So at point C there is no load that is acting, so shear force at point C is 0. Shear force just at the left of the point of A, so this is point A, so just at the left of it will be 1 into the length, that is 2, so it is minus 1 into 2, that is minus 2 kilonewton. Exactly at point A, that is at this particular point, there is a upward acting reaction of 3 kilonewton, so it is minus 2 plus 3, that is 1 kilonewton. Then just at the left of the B, it is 1 into 2, that is u.d.l, which will be acting in the downward direction, that we have to take into consideration. So this 1 kilonewton already there, and from that we have to subtract 1 into 2 u.d.l, which is there between A and B. So it is 1 minus 2, that is minus 1 kilonewton. Exactly at point B, there is a upward acting force or reaction of 3 kilonewton. So minus 1 plus 3, that is 2 kilonewton. Then at point D, from B to D, the length is 2 meter and u.d.l is 1 kilonewton per meter. So 1 into 2. So to this 2, this is minus 1 into 2 will get added. So 2 minus 2, that is 0 kilonewton. So once again try to understand. So shear force at point C will be 0 because there is no other force that is acting at point C. Shear force at point A, so we have to take into consideration the uniformly distributed load which is acting between C and A. So it is 1 kilonewton per meter multiplied by 2, and as it is acting in the downward direction, it is minus 1 into 2. So up to point A, the shear force that we are having is minus 2 kilonewton. Now exactly at point A, there is a upward acting reaction of Ra, so and that we have to add. So Ra is 3 kilonewton, so it is minus 2 plus 3, that is 1 kilonewton. So now we have reached up to point A. Now we have to go at the left of point B. So just at the left of the point B, without considering this Rb, so it is 1 into 2, that is the uniformly distributed load between A and B, and it is acting in the downward direction, so it is to this 1 minus 1 into 2, that is minus 1 kilonewton. Now exactly at point B, we have to take into consideration this reaction Rb which is acting in the upward direction. So it is minus 1 plus 3 because Rb is 3 kilonewton. So it is 3 minus 1, that is 2 kilonewton. So now we have reached up to point B. Between B and D, there is a u.d.l of 1 into 2 which is acting in the downward direction. So to this 2, we have added minus 1 into 2. So 2 minus 2, that is 0 kilonewton. Now using these values, we have to draw the shear force diagram. So first we'll draw the shear force diagram over here, and then we'll see how to find out the point of zero shear which is already there. So first we'll draw the baseline, then we'll go at point C, it is 0, then minus 2, then 1, then minus 1, then 2, and then 0. So you can see at point C it is 0, then minus 2, then 1, minus 1, then 2, and then 0. So this is the point of zero shear. So we have extrapolated this particular line so that we have to find out the distance x over here. So we'll take into consideration these two right angle triangles. So you can see this is the first triangle that we'll take into consideration. So, and this is the second triangle that we'll take into consideration. So the base of this particular triangle, as you can see, the base of this triangle is nothing but 2 meter. So it is 2 divided by its height, it is also 2. So that we have written over here. Similarly, base of this smaller triangle is x minus 2, because if this distance is x and this is 2 meter, then this will be x minus 2 meter. So this is x minus 2 and the height is 1 meter. So x minus 2 divided by 1. So 2 upon 2 is 1, 1 again cross multiplied by 1 is 1, minus 2 if we transfer on the other side, it is 1 plus 2, that is 3. So x is equal to 3 meter from C. So we can say that the point of zero shear is at a distance of x is equal to 3 meter from point C. Now first we'll find out what will be the bending moment at this point of zero shear. So this is the section XX about which we have to find out the bending moment. Consider all the forces which are acting on the left hand side of this section XX. So on the left hand side of this section XX we are having RA. So and this RA is producing, as you can see, it is producing clockwise moment about section XX, so it is positive. So RA into x minus 2. So this is our first term. Then 1 and perpendicular distance is x, so 1 into x is the total u.d.l load, and as it is a rectangular distribution it will be acting at the CG of the rectangle, that is x by 2. So that also we have written over here. So 1 into x by 2, that will be the moment that is created by this total u.d.l load about section XX, and it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So minus 1 into x by 2. Now substitute the value of RA. RA is 3, x is also 3. So 1 into x is 3, and this x is also 3. So if we solve, we'll get it is the value of bending moment at XX as minus 1.5 kilonewton meter. Now we'll find out the bending moment at various other points so that we can draw the bending moment diagram. We know that at the end points of simply supported beam the bending moment is 0. So at point C it will be 0, at point D also it will be 0. So we'll start with C. So bending moment at point C is 0. At point A we have to consider all the forces which are acting on the left hand side of A. So on the left hand side of A we are having u.d.l of 1 kilonewton per meter. So and it is acting over a distance of 2 meter. So 1 into 2, and it will be acting at the center of 2 meter. So this distance will be of 1 meter. So between C and A the length is 2 meter, and the u.d.l will be 1 into that particular length, that is 2 meter, and 1 into 2, and acting at the center of 2 meter, that is 1 meter. So it is 1 into 2 into 1, and it is producing anti-clockwise moment. So it is negative. So it is minus 1 into 2 into 1, that is minus 2 kilonewton meter. Bending moment at section XX we have already calculated in the previous slide, it is minus 1.5 kilonewton meter. Then bending moment at point B. So how to find out that particular bending moment, that we'll see. So up to point B from C the length is 2 plus 2, that is 4. So the u.d.l will be acting 1 into 4, total length is 1 into 4, and it will be acting at the center of this 4 meter, that is 2 meters. So it will be coinciding with this. So RA will produce clockwise moment about B. So it is RA into perpendicular distance between A and B is 2. So it is RA into 2. Then 1 into 4, that is u.d.l, which we have converted into point load, will produce anti-clockwise moment about B, and the perpendicular distance is again 2 meter, that is 4 by 2, that is 2 meter. So 1 into 4 into 2, that is the moment about point B. So if you calculate that particular moment, then that moment will be nothing but minus 2 kilonewton meter, and bending moment at point D is 0. So using this we will draw the bending moment diagram also. So bending moment at point C is 0, at point A it is minus 2, at section XX it is minus 1.5, at B it is minus 2, and at D it is 0. So you can see 0 at point C, minus 2 at point A, minus 1.5 kilonewton meter at section XX, minus 2 kilonewton meter at point B, and D at point D it is 0. So as you can see, the bending moment diagram is not changing its sign, so we don't have any point of contraflexure in this particular case. So in this way we can draw shear force and bending moment diagram in case of simply supported beam having overhang on both the sides and carrying uniformly distributed load over the entire span length. Thank you very much for watching.